Jane had just broken up with her boyfriend and was very sad. So, her parents decided to take her on a trip. Her ex-boyfriend had told her she was boring, and her parents seemed to agree, constantly telling her to be more adventurous. But Jane wasn't interested in all that. She just wanted someone to accept her for who she was. Meanwhile, a spy and hitman named Spencer, an American, was in France for his next mission, to kill an accounts dealer. He waited for his target, who soon left on his expensive yacht for a hotel. Spencer followed him and checked into the same hotel. At the hotel, Jane's father, Confield, was arguing with the receptionist about being given separate rooms on different floors. Jane calmed her father down and headed to her room. In the elevator, Spencer joined her, dressed very casually. Jane was completely captivated by his good looks and strong body. Spencer spoke to her in French, thinking she was from France, but Jane didn't understand a single word. A little later, the elevator door opened, and Jane got out. She noticed Spencer was following her to the beach. He spoke to her again in French. Finally, Jane said, "I don't know French, and why are you following me?" Spencer replied, "I'm not following you. I've come to the beach, and you've come to the beach in your formal clothes." Jane felt embarrassed again. Spencer started to leave, but then asked Jane, "Are you free this evening? I want to take you to dinner." Jane was thrilled and said yes. She rushed to her room to pick an outfit for the evening, but realized she had nothing suitable. So, she ran to the market to buy a new dress. That evening, Spencer met Jane for dinner. He complimented her new dress, making Jane blush. As they talked, Jane tried to impress Spencer by lying, saying she loved adventure. She also drank a lot, pretending to be more adventurous. Spencer then noticed his target's helicopter leave. He told Jane that the local club was great, and as they walked there, he secretly pressed a button, blowing up the helicopter and killing the arms dealer. They arrived at the club, and Jane continued to drink heavily to impress Spencer. After a while, she felt her dress was ruined and told Spencer she wanted another drink. While he went to get it, she tried to fix her dress to look more appealing. A man saw her, approached, and forced her to dance. Spencer returned, saw the man bothering Jane, beat him up, and took Jane out of the club. They returned to their hotel room. Spencer told Jane he was there for her, and she happily came closer. He then pulled the price tag off her new dress and said, "The tag was still on your clothes." Jane confessed everything. She bought the dress that day and planned to return it after their date. She admitted she didn't usually wear such clothes, didn't drink much, and wasn't adventurous at all. She did it all to impress Spencer, fearing boys wouldn't like her true self, which was why her last relationship ended. As she spoke, Spencer kissed her, and she calmed down. Jane then told him, "I'm suffocating in this dress. Will you open it?" Spencer cut the dress with his knife. She sat comfortably on the bed, and Spencer told her he liked her very much, especially her simple and honest nature. A little later, he told her he was a spy. However, Jane had already fallen asleep and didn't hear him. From the next day, their love story continued. They spent day and night together, growing closer. One day, while they were sitting outside, Spencer saw the man who gave him missions. The man deliberately put his book down and left. Spencer made an excuse, picked up the book, and found a note inside with Cemetery 3PF written on it. Spencer went to the cemetery and told the man that he had finished his mission and didn't want any new ones. He wanted to live a normal life. The man told him it wasn't that easy and that the boss wouldn't be happy. But Spencer didn't care. After some time, they returned to America. Spencer met Jane's father, asking to marry Jane. Confield asked many questions about Spencer's career, and Spencer had all the answers. But what truly impressed Jane's father were Spencer's shooting skills. Finally, they got married. 3 years passed. Spencer was a wonderful husband, taking care of their home and Jane. Jane was always happy with him. Jane had a surprise for Spencer's birthday, a grand party. But Spencer told her he didn't like big parties and only wanted her with him on his birthday. Jane wondered why Spencer was like this, but he never explained. The next day, Spencer leaves for work. He meets his neighbors, Max and Lily, who invite him to a party. After taking the card, he goes to his office. Spencer works as an engineer for a company that mainly focuses on interior design. There are many good employees, especially Henry, who talks a lot and is always favored by Spencer's boss. Meanwhile, Jane, a consultant, has just given a brilliant presentation, making her boss very happy. The boss asks her to go to San Francisco to close a deal herself. Jane hesitates, explaining it's her husband's birthday, but her boss insists, saying she's the best person for the job. After leaving the office, Jane calls her father, Confield, who advises her to go, suggesting they can celebrate the birthday later and that the meeting will advance her career. She then talks to her colleague, Christian, who tells her to skip the meeting and spend time with her husband, warning that otherwise, they'll become a boring couple. Jane is now conflicted. Back at his office, Spencer finds the same mysterious book his contractor had given him earlier. Inside, a note says, "Come and meet me." He immediately calls his boss, Holbrook, who tells him there's a mission for him. Spencer refuses, reminding Holbrook he's left that life behind. Holbrook warns him, "No one can do this job except you. And don't forget that we have other ways to get you to work. You are not alone now. Your wife is also with you." Frightened by the threat to Jane, Spencer agrees to the job. He retrieves a hidden gun from his office. Just then, Confield arrives, asking where Spencer is going. Spencer is startled. Confield notices the postcard with the meeting instruction. Spencer quickly makes an excuse, saying it's from an old friend. Confield takes him to dinner, but Spencer is very nervous, and Confield observes him closely. A while later, they reach home. Spencer suspects someone is inside. He tells Confield to park the car and goes in cautiously. The house is filled with people, relatives, and neighbors for a surprise birthday party. Jane comes to him, followed by Confield. Jane notices Spencer's fear. He makes an excuse and goes to the washroom. After a while, he returns and cuts the cake. Everyone is enjoying the party, but Jane begins to suspect that Spencer isn't truly happy, despite all her effort. Later, after everyone leaves the party, Henry, a colleague, falls asleep outside. Inside, Spencer isn't intimate with Jane. Early the next morning, Jane wakes up and sees Henry still there. She realizes it's his flight day. She again notices Spencer's fear. As she leaves, her neighbor tries to talk to her, but Jane doesn't understand. She calls her father and asks him to take Spencer to dinner today and not leave him alone. Meanwhile, Spencer is making coffee when Henry suddenly attacks him. They fight fiercely, Henry trying to kill him, Spencer defending himself and hitting back. After a while, they destroy the house. Jane returns, having come back to surprise Spencer, but she sees them fighting and Spencer holding Henry. Scared and confused, she hears Spencer yell, "Go to my room and get the gun from the drawer." Jane, though bewildered, brings the gun. She doesn't understand who Spencer truly is or where he got the weapon. Spencer tells Jane to shoot. She fires, the bullet hitting Henry's foot, and he falls unconscious. They tie him to a chair, and Spencer checks Henry's phone. He then understands everything. There's a $20 million reward on Spencer's head for anyone who kills him. He confronts Henry. "You wanted to kill me for so much money?" Henry replies, "I will kill anyone for so much money." Just then, the doorbell rings. It's Mary. Spencer draws his gun, knowing he's no longer safe. Bullets start flying from behind. He grabs Jane, and they run to their car. On the way, Jane demands, "Will you tell me what is going on?" Spencer explains, "Before marrying you, I was a detective, and now I have a reward on my head. Everyone wants to kill me." Henry appears behind them again, shooting. Spencer tears the car seat with a knife and starts shooting back. A cat-and-mouse chase ensues, with him sometimes in front, sometimes behind, both firing. Spencer uses his skills, spreading dirt to obscure Henry's view. When Henry finally calms down, he crashes his car, and it falls. Henry is dead. Spencer returns to Jane, telling her to get in the car. Jane says, "I don't trust you anymore. Did you marry me to kill me?" Spencer replies, "I love you. I left this job for you, and now my boss wants me to finish one last job. If I don't finish the job, then all these people will follow me, so I have to work." To calm Jane, she asks, "Where is your boss?" Spencer says, "In the nearby hotel." They both go to the hotel. Jane takes out the gun Spencer gave her, puts it in a bag, and they go to Holbrook's room. As they enter, Spencer sees that someone has already killed his boss. Spencer, a skilled detective, quickly realizes that Holbrook was killed the day before, and the killer is the one who put the $20 million reward on Spencer's head. He looks around and finds his boss's watch, which has a flash drive, but it's empty. Confused, they leave. Jane wants to go home, but Spencer stops her, saying they can't. She argues, "We will go to my father. He will fix everything." But Spencer disagrees. They start fighting. They both go to a supermarket. Jane wants to buy a pregnancy test kit, but isn't sure which one. They argue, and a boy comes to help her. Spencer, now trusting no one, slowly reaches for his gun. But when the boy does nothing suspicious, Spencer calms down and takes Jane outside. He tells her, "We have to steal this car." Jane agrees, saying, "We have already done a lot of things. This is a very small thing." Spencer steals the car, and they drive off. As they leave, Spencer calls his agency, explaining the situation. No one there knows about Holbrook's death or the $20 million reward. Spencer realizes there's a huge conspiracy. They decide to check Henry's laptop for clues. They go to the office, and Jane starts looking through the laptop. She finds only inappropriate videos and then many photos of Jane and Spencer, all taken by Jane's father. Spencer begins to suspect Jane's father. Jane gets angry. Meanwhile, Spencer reminds her to take the pregnancy test. He takes her to the washroom. He then notices someone else in the office and finds another colleague, Valeria. Spencer tries to talk to her, but she kicks him, and he falls. Valeria starts shooting. Spencer understands that the reward on his head has spread everywhere. A fierce fight breaks out. Spencer doesn't want to hurt Valeria, but she is determined to kill him. Spencer fights back, but when he falls, Valeria wraps a wire around his neck and starts strangling him. Jane arrives and tries to shoot Valeria, but after pulling the trigger, she realizes her gun is empty. Spencer uses his quick thinking and kills Valeria. Jane comes to him and says, "I am pregnant." But then she adds, "But now these things have no meaning because I am leaving you. You have ruined my life. You have hidden such a big secret from me, and now people are thirsty for your life. I can't give birth to a child with a man like you." She leaves, and Spencer can't stop her. She says, "My trust is broken." As she walks away, a delivery boy's car stops in front of Spencer. On the other side, Jane sees Olivia driving by, giving her the middle finger. Jane realizes something is wrong. Spencer immediately understands. The delivery boy starts shooting at him. Spencer fights to save himself. The delivery boy is about to kill him when Olivia arrives and shoots the delivery boy. Spencer thinks Jane has come to save him, but when he stands up, he realizes it's Olivia, who also wants to kill him. He quickly gets into the delivery truck. Olivia tries to crush him with her car repeatedly. The second time, he runs to grab a gun, with Olivia's car right behind him. But before she can kill Spencer, Jane crashes her car into Olivia's. Spencer sees this and immediately shoots at a nearby gas station, causing an explosion that kills Olivia. Jane comes to Spencer, and we realize they have reconciled. No one can separate them now. They steal a car and drive off. On the way, Spencer says, "We have to go home. I have kept a bag there with weapons, a lot of cash, and passports. We have to go to another country and stay there for some time." Jane asks, "Why didn't you tell me this before?" Spencer replies, "I told you everything in the hotel that night, but you had already slept." They reach home. Lily attacks them. As they run, they realize Max is also shooting at them. They run towards where the party was held, but everyone is looking at them, suspicious. Somehow, they escape and make it to their home. Both are in separate rooms. Spencer is taking out guns from one place, and Jane is gathering money and passports from the other. Max and Lily enter the room. Spencer hides, and Jane slowly moves forward. Jane then sees Christian, who has a gun pointed at her mother. Meanwhile, Max and Lily are shooting at Spencer, but Spencer escapes and kills both of them. Christian, now scared, says, "I was always jealous of you because of your relationship with Spencer. I had to kill you." Then Confield appears from behind and shoots Christian. As Confield steps forward, Spencer also comes forward, holding a gun to Confield. Confield reveals the whole truth. He is a government agent, and the target Holbrook was talking about was Confield himself. As soon as Confield saw that card in Spencer's office, he understood what was happening. That's why he put the $20 million reward on Spencer's head. He also explains that he was supposed to be on that helicopter in France, but when he saw Spencer there, he became suspicious and didn't board. The agency Spencer works for has wanted to kill Confield for a long time because Confield works for the government. Now, Confield is about to kill Spencer. Spencer tells him, "I didn't know anything about this. I left the agency 3 years ago." But Confield doesn't trust him. Then Jane talks to Confield, saying, "He is telling the truth. He really loves me, and I am going to be a mother." Hearing this, Confield softens. They sit down. Jane tells them to promise each other they will never doubt each other again. Then their doorbell rings. Confield and Spencer both draw their guns, but Jane goes to the door. She sees Mary and punches her, closing the door. A year passes. Spencer and Jane's child is born. Confield and Spencer are installing a security device because they are going out and leaving the child with his grandparents. As Spencer leaves the room, he activates the device, and the movie ends. So friends, our today's video ends here. If you liked our video, then like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.